Right behind me, you'll notice a fairly nondescript little mountain. It's part of the mountain range, very small mountain range called Dolsan, and that means stone mountain. What is it famous for? For khat. Khat is a extraordinarily bitter and fairly astringent mustard green. They actually use the seeds of that to make mustard oil, which they put into some cold noodles here in Korea. So they bring all this in the morning, they pick it there, bring it down here, and they make it into the healthiest kimchi in the entire world. Now, there'll be a science video at the end of this to explain why it's so healthy. Khat itself, though, it's too late in the day, so where do you get it? Well, if you happen to have a little piece in your back pocket, see, now you can taste it and see how it is. That's punishingly awful. That's just terrible. That's horribly bitter, really astringent, and tastes a little bit like a bitey, stingy firefly is stinging me inside of my mouth. Wow, don't ever want to do that again.
Inside of one of the many places in Yeosu that makes khat kimchi every single day. Here is the actual leaf. Now this is in the morning when the leaf looks pretty good. Hasn't been beaten up in my back pocket at this point yet. Let's take a look at some of the processing steps. First thing is you need to wither the vegetable, and you do that by soaking it in salt water. Ooh, yeah, that's some salty water. That's going to expedite the process for sure. You'll notice the ingenious method is put some of those weights on top to keep the mustard greens submerged in the salt water to make sure it happens quickly. After that, you need to get that salt water out because that's really salty. They start to rinse it in fresh water, and then they put it into those baskets. Make sure it's well drained in these baskets so that you do not dilute the seasoning paste, which is the next step, mixing the mustard green along with the seasoning paste in order to begin the fermentation process. Everyone's seasoning paste is a little bit different, and in Yeosu they tend to make it less sweet and a lot more spicy than other places. And there is the finished product ready to be sold.
Such a nice contrast effect between the mustard green when it's raw and the mustard green after it's fermented. This is the one after it's fermented. Now this one has been fermented for a pretty long time and it should be fairly sour. And the bitterness and astringency and the bitiness and stinginess should be almost gone. Very nice. Good spicy kick to it. 99% of the bitterness is all gone. Astringency completely gone. Not bitey, not stingy. But this carries some of the most powerful antioxidants and antifungal, bacterial, and other microbial agents of any kimchi. The highest concentration of them. And this is so much more pleasant to eat than this one. Wow, this piece of khat from my back pocket is looking pretty sad right now. It's been around the city a while, been in the back pocket, been sat on, been squashed. I'm not gonna eat this because it's so punishingly bad. Forget it. That's it. See ya.